Now, when Central Washington voters begin opening their primary ballots, probably this weekend, many of those have arrived in people's mailboxes today because many were mailed out yesterday, others being mailed out today, and tomorrow is the deadline to get primary ballots in the mail. So people are getting those, and they might be confused about who President Trump has actually endorsed in the Congressional District 4 race. This is the seat being vacated by Representative Newhouse. So, for the first time in a decade, it's an open primary, if you will, for that seat. And there are a bunch of contenders. Now, in today's episode, we're only focusing on sort of the top three fundraising candidates, two Republicans and one Democrat who've kind of risen to the top and are most likely to end up being two of those three rising to the top after the August 4th primary, which again is a top two vote getters primary. So, regardless of party, whoever gets the most votes, the top two vote getters will advance on to the general. So, we have Yakima Republican Amanda McKinney and Prosser Republican Jerrod Sessler, both touting endorsements from President Trump. Now, the White House says they want Amanda McKinney, but Sessler says he has his own personal endorsement from President Trump, and he believes that his endorsement means more than hers. Now, both are vying, of course, for Trump supporters in that district and in this August 4th jungle primary. Now, Amanda McKinney, a well known name in the upper Yakima Valley, she is a Yakima County commissioner. And I spoke with her this week about why she's running and pressed her on the controversy over who really has the Trump endorsement.
I'm the only one with the receipts. When something doesn't pass the sniff test, I think any mom or dad out there who can listen to a story and find out whether or not it's believable, I am deeply humbled and honored to have earned President Trump's endorsement. I'm the only candidate who has his endorsement. He gave it to me on January 6th. It was public. It is in the same fashion as he has made all of his endorsements of every congressional, Senate, and gubernatorial candidate. It has never happened differently. And I'm the only one who has proof of that. And I would simply say that using an autograph as an example or representation of an endorsement doesn't pass a sniff test. But I would encourage everyone to really consider what is fact, what is truth, and what actually, more than anything, what makes sense. What actually makes sense here. The president is incredibly astute at looking into people he's going to endorse and align himself with. And it is very clear, and I've always made it very clear on record, that I did not agree and never did agree with Congressman Newhouse's vote for impeachment. And in the last election, the options were Congressman Newhouse or Jerrod Sessler. And Jerrod Sessler is not someone who is a serious candidate. He is not taken seriously by those people who come across him. And I can tell you that our district deserves a serious candidate representing them in Congress who understands the issues and what is at stake. And I am that candidate. And President Trump saw that. That's why I earned his endorsement all the way back in January on the 6th.
Now, in order to win, candidate McKinney will have to chip away at some of the support that Jerrod Sessler has built over his 5 years as a congressional candidate. Now, he got 46% from voters in 2024, barely losing to the incumbent congressman. And you may recall that Newhouse lost favor with some of the mega crowd because he voted for impeachment of President Trump, one of just a handful of Republican Congress members who did so. So he lost a lot of favor with some of the more mega crowd in central Washington by doing so. So, in a Wednesday interview with me, Jerrod Sessler pointed to his proof of a Trump endorsement. So, he said there is a text message that he sent to President Trump that he claims was then printed out and signed by the president December 9th of 2024. And in that text message, Jerrod Sessler was saying, shoot, we came so close. I thought I might win the seat. I thought I might oust Newhouse, but if I run again, please have my back. I'm a big Trump supporter. I've always been your guy. And on top of that text message, he received something back from the president with the president's signature on top of that message. So Sessler says he believes that to be an endorsement for this next go round for this seat in Congress.
Yeah, it's for me personally, it's not worth it. This thing cost me uh, more than you can imagine, but it is worth it for us as a unified America and for our beautiful state and for all the people that live here. We are getting ripped off by our government, and we need to start electing people who are not building a political resume, but they're actually interested in helping make sure that our government serves us and submits to us, the voters. And so to me, I put my full trust and faith in Jesus, and I believe this is what he's prepared me for the last 57 years to do. And, that's the reason why I'm doing it. I cannot sit on the sidelines and watch our country and our state be destroyed and do nothing about it.
And now West Richland's John Duresky, the sole Democrat in the race. It's a pretty red district, so he knows he's up against it, but he believes that he has momentum in his favor, especially with the two leading Republicans dividing GOP voters for this primary. He says there's no question he's going to advance from the August 4th primary. In fact, he thinks he will be the top vote getter by far. And I spoke with John Duresky earlier today.
One thing is, I got a call the other day from a woman, and next thing you know, she's in my living room and we're talking. And this is a two-time Trump voter. And she is mad about the Epstein files. For real. I mean, we still have not had, you know what they did with the Epstein files? They released the names and numbers and personal information of the victims and somehow protected the guilty, the people that were actually doing it. And I mean, I don't know, people are mad about that, mad. Like they were taught that this is a bad thing, and then they were promised that we were going to release all those files, and the files haven't been released. It's really that simple. And people are mad about it. We were also told that we weren't going to have any no more new wars. And here we are in the middle of a war that is causing real damage in this district. Fertilizer costs, fuel costs. Our agriculture people are under fire. And from a labor shock from the immigration, fuel costs, fertilizer costs, input costs on taxes and tariffs, it's like the Trump administration has taken it upon themselves to personally harm the people of this district.
Now, I am told that the White House has issued a cease and desist letter to Jerrod Sessler, basically saying, stop claiming you have the Trump endorsement because Amanda McKinney has it. I've been playing phone tag with the White House today to receive a copy of that letter. I do not yet have that, so I can't provide that proof from the White House for you at this point. And also want to mention there are other candidates in that district for race, but we're only focusing in today's episode in my article as well to be published on our Center Square Washington page today on the top fundraisers, these two Republicans and the one Democrat who is likely to advance after the primary. But check out the District 4 congressional race there in central Washington and at wa.gov for more information on those other candidates. Of course, they're on your primary ballot if you live in that part of the state, and you can also find them in the state voters guide.